Aloha loves. So I have a quick channeled message. I received a vision earlier. This was actually something that I've been picking up on for a few days now. Although this is something that has been ongoing, I'm beginning to see it clearly. And these are involving the people that we call prophets or leaders, people that have that gather a big crowd. Okay, so I'm picking up on heavy reptilian energy, dark energy, demonic energy, and you're gonna start to see it in these people's eyes specifically. And I feel like this is a message for those of you that have already been picking up on this energy, but it's about being really mindful about who you let have access to you, being mindful of the things that you're watching, who it is that you're watching, because I'm seeing like someone in a high position acting as if they're there to help the people. And then right at the last minute, they go and deceive the people. I'm seeing like heavy deception going on. And Spirit was calling me to show me that's why they wanted me off camera. And they showed me the vision of Hocus Pocus when the witch goes to grab the child and they're sucking the soul out of that child. And Spirit was showing me that that's what, and, but being mindful of, okay, wait, let me just finish before I fucking fuck it up with that. Yeah, they're showing me that if they had access to my images, especially when it comes to these videos and when I'm speaking, the sound of my voice, along with my eyes and, just my face in general, that they could tap into those videos and find a way to harness my energies. And this is not just for me, this is for you as well. They could tap into your shit to try and harness your energy. I feel like they're getting really hungry, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing like it's feeding time for them, and they're hungry and they're getting weaker while we're getting stronger. And they're knowing of our strength as well. And that's why they want access to it so badly, because they want our strength. They want to harness our energies. So being careful, like I said, who you allow access to you, who you're watching. Like what I just seen just now as a vision, it's like some of you could be watching someone and they draw you in using their eyes. I'm hearing like seductive type of energy. Or maybe they're just a really good storyteller. They draw you in. And I'm seeing the longer you look into this person's eyes, I'm seeing them put you in a trance. I'm seeing you being hypnotized. And then when you click off that video, you go about your day running off autopilot, and that person's like the captain of your vessel. So just be mindful, okay? This is not to make anybody afraid. It's just about being mindful, right? But what I was picking up on as well while I was speaking of that, it's like the only thing that gives this energy power is our belief that they're able to harness our energy. So I too have to be mindful and be aware of what I'm saying, because I do not believe that they are powerful enough to harness our energies. But it's like, it also gives me the vibe of, I don't know why I'm going to use this as an example, but it gives me the vibe of someone, yeah, I'm going to say it because this may not be off topic. So I'm seeing like someone thinking like they're immune to sicknesses, they're disease, they're very healthy. So they feel that they can go and sleep with someone that has STDs, and they're like, that shit can't fuck with me, it can't get to me. I'm hearing specifically AIDS for some reason, you know um just somebody feeling immune to it, and they go and do it anyways. and then they end up fucking getting an STD or some shit. But it's not that, okay? For most of you, it's not a fucking STD. I'm just using it as an example, like just like, you know, being out in the wild, being around snakes, and you go and try and pet a snake that's hungry, a venomous snake, and it's like they're going to bite you, you know? So being mindful of that. A snake is a snake, okay? A fucking reptilian is a fucking reptilian. But I'm also picking up on, like, when I said that, like, I feel like I'm reading for people that come from a bloodline of ancestors that lived around snakes and lions and bears, and they were living in harmony with these creatures. So I don't know what the fuck that would mean either. It's just like you're their master. And that's why yeah, I'm hearing that you're their master, and that's why they're looking to you to feed them. So it's like up to you to figure out a way to cut those cords so they don't look at you as if you're their master. Like, what do you do in that situation? You know? And I feel like clicking off because I feel like all of us need to be in this contemplation of releasing that and how we go about it, figuring out a solution, right? And I feel like I'm tapping into a lot of them, and I'll be sharing it at a later date. But I feel like it's going to be really shocking to some. It's going to be someone that you would never think. For a lot of you, you fucking already knew. But they're hungry. It's feeding time. I was also seeing, yeah, this is like giving me the vibe like I have to tie these two messages together. While I was in the shower, I was seeing somebody having to make a choice whether they're going with friends to go out in nature, tap into their spirituality, possibly read books, do yoga, sit around a campfire, sing, dance, learn new things, look at the stars, like real nature girl things, okay? So you could go with that friend, or you could go with your other friends and go to the club and have some drinks and check out all the sexy ladies, the sexy guys, whatever, you know, piques your interest. And I feel like some of you are going to choose going out to a club. But I feel like the next day, or I was seeing somebody contemplating. Looking at the pros and cons. Somebody got this realization, like, if I go to the club, that means I'm going to have drinks. That means I'm going to have a possible hangover. That means I might meet somebody that is a fucking drunk, that is possibly regular there. You know, that type of energy. I know I'm not really making sense, but I feel like I am to whoever this message is for. Doing what feeds, oh, baby, thank you, Mahalo Spirit. Doing what feeds your soul, because it's feeding time for your soul as well. And whatever it is that you're consuming, that's what your soul is going to crave, okay? That's what your soul is going to crave. And I was also hearing you can only manifest the things that you're consciously aware of. So if you're tuning into bullshit, propaganda type of energy, that's the things that you're going to manifest more of. So be more consciously aware of lighthearted things, of, you know, things that are good for the soul, things that really feed the soul food type of energy. When you think of soul food, like, how would you, like, what types of things out there in the world would you do that would give you that same feeling, that comforting feeling? What is comforting, but that is good for the soul? Because there's a lot of things that are comforting, but it's not good for our soul. It's not beneficial. Okay, and this is a very important time. Like I said, it's feeding season for these reptilians, but for you as well. And yes, thank you, Spirit. If you're consuming things that are not good for the soul, that's what they feed off of. Okay, so if any of you have been feeling attacked, just know that it's because you're tuning into chaos or things that don't sit well with you, things that you know is not good for the soul. Okay, that's what they feed off. They feed off fear, they feed off anger, depression, sadness, lust, um, toxic shit, period. Okay, gossip, jealousy, envy, right? Okay, and what puts a bad taste in their mouth is love, is peace, is harmony, is gathering, doing things that are good for the soul. It makes them sick. Okay, so it's up to you to make sure your body, mind, and spirit is in the right space, because they're sniffing out that scent, right? I'm talking heavily lately about your scent. And for the people that I was talking in regards to that message about two or whatever am I saying? I don't know. Whoever that message was for, it's like your scent is so strong, right? It just smells so good. But it's like when you mix your scent with chaos, it creates, like, I'm seeing a light. It creates this light. I'm seeing Hocus Pocus once again, that light that shoots out of her spell book. It creates this light, so it makes it easier for them to find you. So like, even if you're in hermit mode, you could still be going through like spiritual attacks, right? So those are the channeled messages for the day. I'll tap back in if I have anything more to share. Make sure you hit that like button, share with anybody that you feel like would resonate with this message, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. Aloha.